Games press conference. It starts in about 30 seconds. And please find your seats. And those in the back, please be quiet. I say it again. Those in the back talking, please be quiet. Now we start the press conference in 10 seconds from now. So it's my pleasure to introduce three great athletes that are going to participate in the 800 meter at tomorrow's Bislett Games Oslo Diamond League. And to introduce them is no other than our own mascot, the Berry. Please. So behind Berry, here we have Olympic world champion Emmanuel, Norwegian champion, and let's call him a coming star, Tobias. And then Cooper, the young guy at the end here, which has done remarkable results during the last year and a half. Please sit down, find your name. So here it's Cooper. Okay. So I will start with something new. In front of you, it's a program of the this year's Bislett Games. It's in Norwegian, but if you take and turn it on the backside, that's something new that we're introducing this year is the Diamond League Fantasy Athletics. And then I would like to give you all one question. Do you follow the other events? Do you know which one is good in the triple jump women, the high jump men, etc., etc.? Cooper, I will start with you because I'm giving you a challenge now. You're going to compete against me to see who has the most winners at tomorrow's Bislett Games. And you will do that by taking your phone on the QR code, and you will actually make a bet on each athlete, and you can do that tonight. And you can do the research, not now. You can get help, it's allowed. But do you follow the other events? Do you follow the sport in general, or mostly the 800 individually?
Yes, I follow most of the sport. Mainly when I come to these meets, I like to follow, the 800, but especially the distance events, I love to watch.
So when there's a 5,000, you know the guys, who's in shape, so you're kind of interested, but mostly, of course, in the running distances. Is that for men and women?
Definitely both sides, yes. I've been watching the past Diamond League races, so I kind of know where, most of where everyone's at fitness-wise, so I think I might be able to beat you on the program.
Let's see. So my nickname is Einsteiner, and Einstein used to be smart, and just an AR in the end, so you know what you're up against.
All right, I'll be ready.
Tobias, what about you? You're also an 800-meter runner. You probably are interested in running, but do you follow the javelin men, for instance?
I mean, of course, I follow in being in the sport. I love watching all events, but it's mainly the running events, but I, of course, follow every Diamond League meet and try to be involved and look who's in good shape. And I'm always thrilled for everyone getting a good result in every discipline.
And Emmanuel, do you have control over your participants? You follow the women running, or are you most focused on yourself being the best 800-meter runner in the world, which you have been for the last 5-6 years?
No, sure. For me, before I start to run, before I start to be athlete, I started to watch the marathon races, races for track event. So I told myself that one time, I can be one of athlete. So for now, for sportsmen, I like to watch all races, from marathon to 100 meters, both men and women, even football.
Good. And I have to follow up with another question to you, and we talked about that a couple of minutes ago. It's a special, this last few days has been special for you. Can you tell us why?
Okay. I can say I'm so happy. I supposed to come to run in Stockholm, Diamond League, then I go back home from Rabat, I realized that my wife is deliver a firstborn to me, so I'm so happy.
So it's 3-4 days ago you got your first child, no?
Yeah, 4 days ago.
4 days ago, and he's coming to Oslo to run. That's something. You know, in Norway, when a couple they give a child, the man he gets half the leave, and he can stay home for 14 days.
Why?
So the Norwegian women are demanding. I'm telling you. Okay, then Cooper, this is your kind of first year out on the professional circuit. Being a high school athlete, done remarkable results, but that really doesn't matter, because when you're up on the line here, it's not an excuse that you're young or in high school running. You are being judged on your performance against the best runners in the world, and to your left there is an Olympic world champion. Please tell us. It's going fast, your development, but how has the journey been?
The journey's been great. I wouldn't have turned professional if I didn't think I could compete at the highest level. So once I turned professional, I knew there was no excuse with my age or school going on at the same time. So I come out here and try to compete. I always say you're only as good as your last race. So I live by that, and I can just try to be as competitive as I can.
And this is a stadium to run, because this is an historic stadium, especially for middle, long distance running and also the 800. So there's been multiple world records in particular those events. And of course, our own Jacob Ingebrigtsen has also done remarkable things here. So what did you know, or what have you heard from coaches, agents about Bislett and the history?
Well, obviously,
or are you too young for that?
Well, I was definitely a little young when they started racing here, but obviously the Dream Mile being such a big event that's been hosted here for so many years, but also being someone that has always loved track and field. I've watched so many races here at my house whenever I have time. I used to always watch when Jakob would run. I know it was here. I believe it was he ran 3:48. I think it was 2023 or 2021. I forget the exact year, but just seeing the fans all around the track and how close they are, it's super exciting, and I'm excited to get out there tomorrow.
Emmanuel, you've been to Bislett a few times. You've done well here. What do you think is special with the stadium and running here?
Actually, this is my second time to run in Oslo. Last year I came here to run when I'm done feeling well, I'm sick, then I managed to run 1:42. So that means that this track is so fast, it's so good. That's why I say I'm happy to be there, to be here today.
And let's go a little bit in depth now with the incredible level of the 800, and Tobias, walk us through that, because you're doing remarkable times now as a Norwegian athlete in the 800, and 10 years ago your times would be up there, but the guys and the level is incredible. What has happened and why?
I mean, it's a good question. Obviously, as you said, the 800 running now is just insanely fast, and 144 doesn't really get you anything now. So you have to move the pin and keep running faster. But you see the guys, they are running very fast first laps, but they are closing also extremely fast now in the second lap. So, I mean, yeah, the level is insane, and you have to keep pushing. And I heard the term there's called the trackflation, where the times are only getting faster and faster, and I feel like that's especially the case with the men's 800 meter.
But you have done some changes also yourself this year with Philip helping out, Philip Ingebrigtsen helping you a lot. The rumors are you've done more mileage, so you should be stronger towards the end. Maybe you should also be stronger to tackle more rounds in the championships. Tell us a little bit about what you've done this winter.
Yeah, as you said, I've been running a little bit more mileage, but still kept things that I've believed in with 800 meter training in the program. But with Philip helping out, it's been extremely good being at altitude camps and training with them. And the knowledge and the experience and everything, it's just so much to learn from. And I feel like I am still learning a lot from them. And especially that you have to believe in yourself and believe you can run the fast times. And these guys have already run a very, very fast time. So hopefully I can do something tomorrow also.
Just ask you in the end there, at your peak winter training, what's your maximum mileage a week? What you're up to? Because I'll ask the other guys as well.
I mean, I've been running a lot of around 140 kilometers a week, but the largest week in winter in altitude camp was 170k, so it's been quite some. But of course, in the other end, I've been having low mileage weeks also with more speed-based work.
Understand. Emmanuel, in your winter training, you are building the base. How many kilometers a week are your maximum up to? He was 140 to 160 Ks a week. What's your level?
160.
160.
Yeah, per week.
That's the fall and winter.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what about you, Cooper?
I believe I'm around, it's 35 miles, which I think is 50 or 60 kilometers, maybe a little less. Not much of a mileage person.
So that's so much, it's almost less than half. But of course, is that because you're coming and you're building up because you're young age, or is it your philosophy that you are depending more on speed work?
Definitely a little bit of both. We focus a lot on speed work, but also being very young, it's kind of hard to handle a lot of running. So we're slowly building it up over time. But we're someone that believes a lot in speed training.
If you would characterize that yourself, are you a 400, 800 meter guy, or in the future will you be a 800, 1500 meter guy?
Right now, definitely a 400, 800 runner. Maybe though, in a couple of years, I'll be more 800, 1500, but still being pretty young, it's a little harder to move up to the longer distances.
Are you also doing high altitude training?
I am not. I'm currently at 600 feet of elevation, so not very high.
Emmanuel, you're probably doing a lot of high altitude training also.
Sure.
Yeah, but how much of a year are you up in the mountains? Is it 4 or 5 months a year, or is it mostly you are up there and you're coming down to do speed work?
Most of the time I will be there, so there is no need to come down to do speed work because right now, let me say that right now, I'm starting to build my speed endurance speed, because I see my body's he have enough endurance. So now I'm focusing with speed. So if I start to focus with speed, I prefer to reduce long runs.
And the same question I asked Cooper, if you see yourself doing a 1500 or a 400 on top of the 800?
Future or now?
If you,
Now.
now, or in the future? In the future.
In future.
Yeah.
In the future, I think like it's too easy for me to run a half marathon.
Wow. So you have to go from 800, maybe in a few years you'll do the 1500 and from there up.
Yes.
You know, the marathon is where the big money is. That's probably one of the reasons. Anyway, Tobias, what about you?
I mean, it's maybe a little bit weird to say after running so much in the winter, but I will still categorize myself as a 400, 800 meter guy. Maybe of course, an 800 meter like specialist, but I've been sprinting a lot in my training the last years, the last 4 or 5 years, and Jacob always tells me that I sprint too much, but I mean, I think it's a big part of the 800, and you will probably see me in the 400 before 1500.
Good. I guess you have looked at the start list tomorrow, because not only do we have three great runners up here at the podium, but it's also an incredible strong field. You know, Marco Arop is here. We have Peter Boll is here. I mean, it's a really, really strong heat. So knowing the 800, everything can happen. I mean, you have a good day, you miss a position, suddenly you're down there, number 5, 6, 7. So the times that are set for the pacemaker are quite fast. So a little bit tactic talk. Cooper, do you want to go out hard and be right on the back of the pacemaker like you did in Stockholm, or will you hold back a little bit?
Well, I need to see what the pacemaker is coming through first, but I just try to get in the best position. Just kind of be in that middle of the pack, kind of up more in the front. Especially in these diamond leagues, it's hard to kind of sit in the back just with how spread out it normally is. So, you know, I want to be able to make sure I'm in a right position if I want to make a move.
But what about if Emmanuel goes after the pacemaker? What about taking his back directly?
I guess we'll just have to see tomorrow.
Are you planning on that, Emmanuel, to go out hard like you normally do? Are you planning to go out hard? Just take the back of the pacemaker?
If I can find myself in front, I can stick with pacemaker.
I know you can.
It will depend if my body is responding the first 150 meters. You can find yourself in back, so you can. There is no need to push out to call the very fast to stick with pacemakers, but you can find yourself in front. Okay, why not? You can find.
And then Tobias, knowing that, just looking at the times now in this 800 meters, what's your plan? Stick on the tail and then being pulled through to a new personal record?
Yeah, hopefully I'll just stick with the guys for as long as I can and see what happens in the end. And since the pace is so fast during the race in the beginning and through the last lap, staying on with the guys, and then of course try to run a personal best.
Any questions from the journalist? If not, I will open up for individual talks with these three great 800-meter runners, and then we'll see, guys, who has the most knowledge of the other athletes competing tomorrow. So I wish you all good luck, and hopefully the weather will clear up. Anyway, as you know, we have an indoor warm-up facility, so even if it's a little bit chilly tomorrow night, you will be warm coming out. So it should be perfect. Let's hope that what it actually will happen. Thank you. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, a question from. Come on. Yeah.
Question for Emmanuel. I spoke with Marco Arop following the 800 meters in Stockholm. I asked him, what will it take for you guys to break David Rudisha's world record? Aside from running fast, being fit, putting in all the mileage, is there something that we in the media or the general audience isn't aware of that will help propel you guys to running faster than 140.91?
According to me, like I can say now, I believe that anyone can run under 140, 800 meters from now. I believe that, yeah. Maybe.
But is there anything special, unique, like do we need a packed stadium, a special day? Do we need a loud crowd? Is there anything you think that is unique that will help propel you guys to that time?
According to me, for me, any field, anywhere, as long as my body is responding, I can manage to run fast, even here.
Thank you.
Welcome.
One, two, three.
Sorry, question for Emmanuel. Emmanuel, first of all, have you watched Cooper and what do you think of him? Secondly, what are your plans for the rest of the year? Will you be doing the Commonwealth Games? And perhaps the lack of a big major champs might make you more likely to go for the world record this year?
Okay. This year, the way I see people is running 800 meters is coming crazy. So maybe this guy is pushing me to go 1500 meters very soon. But I don't say I don't want to talk about Commonwealth because it's still so early. So let me prepare first. Then, if my body is okay to run Commonwealth, maybe I can go there. But for now, I'm not confirmed there. But for world record, I can repeat again to say I believe that anyone can run world record from now. Anyone, not me, not Marco, maybe Cooper. Anyone I can run. I can manage to run world record from now, 800 meters. Yeah.
Hi, I have a question for the three of you. Did you watch the 800 meters women in Stockholm the other day? What did you think about the time? And what do you think about that time in future? And then the second question for Emmanuel. We saw you running 1,500 meters, I think, in April at the Kipkeino Classic. Will we see you running another 1,500 meters later in the year, probably in the Diamond League, or that was just a one-off? Thank you.
So I sadly didn't get to watch the race. I was pulled away, but I've seen some of the highlights from it, and I feel like the women's 800, especially starting kind of last year, has really propelled, just gone up, and it's really exciting to see. I believe she was number 3 all time, and then number 4 all time as well in the same race. So that definitely makes it exciting for us men in the 800, just with how well they're running right now.
Yeah, I got to watch the race, and of course it's insanely fast, running sub 154, and they've been pushing the level for the women's 800 every year, and 155 and 154, and now seeing a 153 is very inspiring, and it's insanely fast.
Okay, for race for women in Stockholm, it inspired me that's why I repeat to say that now people is running very fast, 800 meters for women maybe. I believe that when these women you can train hard, you can believe yourself, maybe you can run under 153. And for me, to run 1,500 meters now this season, I think is enough. I want to focus on 800 meters this season, maybe next year. Yeah.
Okay, I think that's it. So thank you and good luck tomorrow. And then it's open for the normal procedure with individual talks. And yep, thank you. Be a little bit quiet because we're now streaming this live around the world. Okay. So, guys, welcome to Bislett, Norway. Many of you have been here many times, and you all came by train or by car from Stockholm a couple of days ago. And the guy sitting next to me, you're now the man, Curtis. You're the man to beat. What happened? Where did that come from?
Well, I'm just so good now. Like, I think I'm just gonna be this guy now. It's definitely an interesting place to be because Mondo, he's been so dominant for so long, and I thought I'd never win a Diamond League. You know, I thought this was gonna be, you know, my career, you know, battling it out for second and third place with the boys. But yeah, it just proves, you know, like if you put the pressure on, you stay in the comp, you keep showing up, time in, time out. Like, this is my 31st Diamond, that was my 31st Diamond League, and finally, yeah, the stars aligned, as you would say, and yeah, managed to come away with a miraculous win. It was tricky conditions out there, we were all fighting hard, and so the guy that can master the conditions the best comes out on top, and I'm very happy that it was me. So yeah, stoked, but also feel a little bit funny, but very happy.
But a big congratulations. You know, there's been some rumors now that you paid some of Mondo's friends from Louisiana to go hard in the bars. Is that true? Sam told me.
Sam, Sam, don't do that to me, bro.
Look, no, that's not confirmed. But it is a suspicion.
So the rumor is confirmed. Yes?
No, we don't do anything to sabotage one another, but it was great to have Mondo's family and friends there. Like, they're definitely supportive of all of us, not just him, you know. Like, it's a great family vibe that we've got going on here, and everyone's mates, and everyone loves each other and wants everyone to do their best. And so, yeah, I think we're all out there to support one another, and whoever comes out number one on the day wins. So
Nice
there's
track.
not much
Nice
more
track.
to it.
And you're not here to talk about the guy which is not here. We're here to talk about the guys that are here. And are you ready? You didn't go to Stockholm, so it was your possibility, Corrales.
I was watching it live. It was very exciting to see, and I was very happy for Curtis. You know, that's why sport is a very beautiful thing, and that's why we come here. That's why we're performing. Everyone comes here. They want to win, and you know, today was last night was Curtis' day. The next day is going to be someone else, and you know, it's but. No, I love you, man. But business is business. But you know, whatever happens, you know, whoever wins, whoever loses, at the end of the day, we're all good friends. We're all good mates. We're gonna go to the bar, have some drinks afterwards, and and enjoy and keep going. You know, Stockholm is done. Tomorrow is Oslo, and we're all focused in Oslo. It's for Curtis, of course, it's going to be like nothing happens. He's going to compete like he always does, and like for everyone. And we will see. Hopefully, the weather is going to be good. It's raining now. Hopefully, tomorrow we're going to pray for the Oslo gods to stop the weather, to stop the bad weather. But we'll see. It's going to be a good one. Hopefully, you know, we're going to have good results, and we'll see who wins.
Sondre, the level in the pool vault last couple of years has been remarkable. Not only the big Swedish star, but all the rest of you, Corrales, yourself. I mean, you jumping 6 meters 10 years ago, 15 years ago used to be something really special. Now it's happening, and all of you have been through that barrier yourself this winter, 606, and still you compete hard, you know, to be top 3. So how is it now to compete in an era where the level is incredible?
Well, I think it just helps push the level even higher, and maybe if it wasn't for the fact that everybody was jumping 6 meters so often, then maybe I wouldn't have done it either. So you can't really pick the time you compete in. Sure, it would be nice to jump 6 meters and nobody else does it, but yeah, you can't pick the time you jump in, and who knows, maybe it has also helped us jump higher. And I also see when, I mean, Corrales has jumped a lot higher than 606, and Mondo also, like, I know that it's possible for me too to jump higher than 606, and some years ago that seemed almost impossible because, yeah, nobody did it.
I feel quite similar, like what you're experiencing now, I experienced in the 90s when I was a high jumper. Every year we had high jump in that south corner where you guys are jumping, and we had Sotomayor, we had Sherberg, we had Hollis Conway, Charles Austin, Arthur Patrica, Steve Smith, etc. And the level was incredible, and I was fighting hard. You know, you had to jump 234, 235 in a Diamond League to be top 3. And now that level is different, but it's you guys are now experiencing the same, that in another era, each individual of you up here would be the man.
Yeah,
Curtis, I know you're the man, but it's only for 24 hours.
I think we all have like the best second place of all time with the best third place of all time, the best fourth place of all time.
That's true.
I think did you jump 6 at World Champs or something? What was it? 6:15? 6:10?
6:05 for second.
5 for second.
And now yours. Wait, I think he's still there.
Well, I jumped 6:06 for second.
Yeah,
You jumped 6:06.
You're the highest second place. But world's greatest.
And I jumped 5:95 for fourth, and Curtis jumped 6 meters for third.
Yeah.
It's
pretty
incredible.
crazy.
But Sam, you being the old daddy here that also jumped before that happened, and you were the man.
Of course.
The man. Now, in 2019, you won the World Championships, and you've been, before that, competing with Renault, Lavillenie, and incredible the level you still have. But talk us through a little bit the transformation since what happened the last 4, 5, 6 years.
Well, thanks, everybody. Well, Steiner, you offered an amazing bit of wisdom, and Sondre said it perfectly. You can't pick your era. You just fight to be a part of it. And I watched all these boys grow up from pups. I remember the first time I saw Curtis at the motor pool in Rio, out there besides the bus. His pants were a little too short. I remember when Manolo had short hair and he was working so hard, him and his father shaking those legs out at the track, and I said, this guy's going to be meant for big things one day. And I remember when he jumped 580 in Birmingham, 2018, and everybody was shook by that 580. It was like 580-flation back in the day, and everybody was popping it, and everybody was think 19 or 17 at the time. It was wild. And I remember Sondre. Taking the NCAA by storm, jumping 6 meters for his first time, and then all of a sudden he's got to figure out another way to do it as well, and a double 6-meter performance this year, back-to-back meets, and then the best 4th place of all time. Me and Sondre share that title, 95 for a 4th place at a championship. Is not a hard pill to swallow as not doing your best. Doing your best at championships is always what makes you part of the legacy, part of the history, and I think that's what we're all battling for, not necessarily just for a medal, but our place in history. And it takes not just one performance, but it takes a years of performances. It takes a decade even, and these guys have been out here for that time, and they're just shining. The brightest I've ever seen them shine, the smiliest they've ever been, the most stylish they've ever been, and I want to see them win. I want to win too. But I want to see them win too, and I don't mind it at all. I'll tell you that's the truth.
Is it something with the pool vault now that a moustache suddenly has become the thing? Because 2 of you have these wonderful moustaches.
I've been mistaken for this guy 5 times
You have?
since his Stockholm victory. In the coffee shop today, oh, you were the guy that won Stockholm, and I said, well, yes, 6 years ago, but no, not this time.
I wish I was that handsome, though. I wish I looked like Sam.
I've got this Curtis Marshall stamp on my face right now, and I'm like, okay, we'll share a little bit of a style fit for sure. We wear our jeans a little different, but I'll take it.
I don't know if it's a compliment or an insult, but I'll take it.
It's definitely a compliment. I'm not as ugly as this guy is, okay?
Yeah.
But the friendship that is not is something real. You can feel that, and we also had that during the 90s in the high jump. So after the meet, especially after the big championships in like Zurich, Brussels, you could see the high jumpers sitting in the bar late, and maybe we had some shot putters, some discus throwers. But now you guys are basically the only one I see down when I'm in the bar at night after the meet. So,
Paul Walter, jumpers have the most fun. I think that's what Steiner's saying.
But it is also because we actually compete not only against each other. We have this bar. I mean, if I jumped 235, I was happy being 4th. I mean, it's a level on top of who's winning. So that's what do you say, Sondre? Or is it not true?
We're also probably one of the only events that actually go to all the competitions, and we're not scared to jump with each other every single time, more or less.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of other events where people don't really want to compete against each other until the championship where they have to. Like, we don't care. We just show up every single time, and we're going to put on the best performance
win or lose.
Every single time.
Yeah, win or lose.
So obviously that also makes it a little bit easier to be friends. Like, I drove all of these guys' poles from Stockholm to Oslo yesterday, and you kind of have to be a little friendly to do that. And
did that for free?
Well, I paid him.
Well, Sondre actually,
For free.
he owed me because he spilled his lunch all down my front in Stockholm when I was about to go do an interview. So he actually owed me one. So thanks, bro.
I carried Manolo's poles all the way from Finland, and those are the heaviest sons of guns I've ever picked up. All the way on a cruise ship all the way over here. Manolo, I'm going to call for a favor later this year.
Love you, man. Thank you.
I love you too.
Okay, guys, I'm going to challenge you now. So in front of you, it's this year's Bislett Games program. And if you turn it on the back side, it's Diamond League's new game, the Fantasy Athletics. So my first question is to all of you. I know you're pool vaulters. I know you love pool vault. You probably watch maybe the women's pool vault. But are you guys knowledgeable about women's shot put, about women's 3,000-meter steeple?
For sure.
About all the other things? That's what I'm going to challenge you about. So you have to go tonight and take your phone on this QR code, and you're going to play me. And my nickname is Einsteiner.
Einsteiner.
You know the famous Einstein?
Yeah, of course.
That's the level you're up to.
All right, mate.
So
All right,
I'm going to
beating.
challenge you to
Okay.
see if you care or if you are interested in the other events. Please take up this challenge, and the winner will pay the bar bill after a little
Winner
bit later
pay.
in the season. Let's take
Yeah,
because then
winner
it's
pays.
more. It will become more expensive. In
Yeah.
Brussels, maybe.
I found that out in Stockholm that the winner does pay the bar bill. So
Yeah.
I'm going to have to try and win a few more comps to pay that back. But yeah, that sounds good. Challenge accepted.
Okay, perfect. Then, is it any questions from the podium? From the podium, I'm saying from the journalists sitting here. So feel free. If not, you guys are free to. Yes, here we have on row 1.
So I have a question for Curtis. How did you first feel when you had just realized you had won the best pole vaulter of all time with 1,000 world records?
It was an interesting feeling. I was mixed emotions for sure. Like I was very happy for myself, and I looked at my coach, Deck, and we were like almost like flabbergasted. We were just like, whoa, is this actually real? Did this actually happen? And then of course, like straight away I went over to Mondo and I just said like, mate, today wasn't your day, but he said, yep, today was yours. So soak it all up, and I'm very happy for you. And I was like, I'm sorry, mate. I'm sorry to do it in your hometown, but he was happy for me. And yeah, like we've all been saying, like we've also got such a good camaraderie, and we all know that every single time we show up, we're going to put on our best show, jump as high as we can. Doesn't matter who wins. We're all out there to put on a great show for everyone and have a great time out there. And we know if we jump good or bad, we'll all still be down at the lobby bar afterwards having a good time. So it's a great day job. I wouldn't change it for the world. And yeah, it was an amazing experience, yeah.
Thank you for such camaraderie. We can feel it.
Thanks.
Anyone else? If not, then you guys are free to go and talk with the TV and individual journalists as you like. And there's a system here. So thank you guys, and good luck tomorrow.
Thank you.
sit in the middle, and then on each side of you are two really, really fast men. 200-meter Olympic champion from Paris. Let's see the Tebogo from Botswana over there. And then we have a new guy on the block, being the world junior record holder in the 200-meter. Gout, please come up and find your seat. We're going to start with some thoughts about having heroes. Because I remember, and I'll start with Julian, I remember last year when you were here, you were expected to go to a press conference. It was outside. I spoke with your agent, but we said keep it quiet because we knew that growing up you had one particular athlete that you looked up to. And please tell us who he was and how that was last year.
Yeah, I mean, that was probably one of the best birthday gifts I could have gotten. So last year I met my idol, Usain Bolt, for the very first time. I'm still thinking about that day and just being here again. I can just remember my first time meeting him, but it was amazing last year. I'm looking forward to what this year brings. Hopefully he's here again.
He's not, but growing up, having an idol like him from St. Lucia, watching him on television, that probably influenced you to want to do track and field and want to focus on the sprint?
Yes, most definitely. I mean, after St. Lucia, I went to Jamaica for 3 years, and I mean, I never got a chance to meet him while I was in Jamaica, but growing up and just seeing Usain Bolt and also the likes of Shirley Fraser-Price and Elaine Thompson on TV and wanting to be just like them, especially Usain Bolt just winning, I think that it was just amazing, you know, just meeting him for the very first time after such a long time. But, you know, I cherish that moment forever.
And then the same question goes to you, Tebogo. Growing up, who was your favorite? Who did you look up to? Was it a track and field athlete? Was it a footballer? Was it a tennis player? Please be honest.
I would say basically it was Usain Bolt, but that was before I started track and field. I used to just admire him from a distance. With football, I wanted to be like our local player, Dipsy Sololwane. He played for Chicago. So I wanted to be more like him and just play international football. And then as time went on, it changed. As now I started track and field, I was like, Usain Bolt has been dominant in this sport. Why not just follow in his path? It's not going to be the same journey that we are going to go through, but if it's something close by, then I'll take it.
And now the same question goes to you, Gout. And knowing that in 2008, when Usain Bolt kind of broke through on the international scene in Beijing Olympics, you were barely born.
Yeah, I was probably one at the time.
So definitely didn't know who Usain Bolt was when I was a little baby, but I guess when I was doing track and field, it was definitely this guy Tebogo, because he was on the under 20s Worlds, and that's kind of when I first saw Tebogo run, and I was like, damn, he's pretty good, and he's a young bloke. He's kind of just like me, kind of chilled guy. So yeah, definitely look up to Tebogo as well, and even though Laos, that was like kind of when I first started, so I looked up to him. He has a big personality and pretty good guy, so.
So it's quite cool that now you're sitting in a press conference and your idol is sitting over there. Yeah. and tomorrow you're going to compete. Will you be, because him being your idol, will you be a little bit scared of running from him?
I mean, as soon as you step on that start line, you know, it's for everyone, and you know, obviously Tebogo's gonna go for the win, and I'm gonna go for the win as well. So it's kind of cool racing each other, but obviously off the track, it's kind of just cool vibes.
What do you say, Letsila? Are you a little bit honored that this guy, you know, the new guy on the block, have had you as his idol?
I mean, this is the first time I get to hear that I'm an idol to many, but I'm very honored to be one of them. And yeah, man, like you said, it's everybody wants to get to the line first, so we'll see how tomorrow it goes.
Being a sprinter is always about having this title, being the fastest man or woman in the world. And Julian, you won the Olympic gold medal in the 100. You have that title, but of course, it's every year is a new. Your title is on the line. Like last year, it was somebody that took that one away from you. But the 200 meters, I saw your race in Rome. Probably the best 200 you've done. Is 200 the way for you to develop better in the 100? Is that something you use, or is it the 100 that are focused and you just do the 200 because it's there? What does it mean for you?
I think in college it was definitely, I would prefer the 100. However, I think after doing the 400s last year, the 300s as well, and multiple 200s, I would say it definitely helped my 100, especially the last part. But I mean, I'm not solely focused on just the 100. I'm actually enjoying the 200 now. As compared to college, I honestly hated running the 200, but I would do it for my team, for points as well, and because my coach felt like I was really good at it. I think it's just a matter of trusting myself and going out there and, just having fun in the 200, but I love the 100, yeah.
And what about you, Gout and Letsile? Running the 200 meters, both of you, there's a special distance, but knowing that to have this title, being the world's fastest man, maybe it's the 100 meter in the future that you should try, or is it the 200 you will stay on? You've been running many hundreds, I know, and you run well in Rome, but still you're looked at as a 200 meter runner.
I mean, the Olympic title is gonna take 4 years to take it back from me, so there's still more time to prepare for that and see how LA is going to be like. But for me, the 100 is a bit tactical because you need to get everything right from the start to the finish. So I'd say, looking at how I've progressed with the 100 and the 2, I would say the 200 meter is a confidence booster, because once you keep losing on the 100, you lose the confidence that you can step up and just focus and run against the best in the world. After Rabat, it gave me that confidence that I needed to step up, even though we're just not ready yet to push the body in the 100, but it gave me that confidence that no, I can just line up against these guys.
Gout, this race tomorrow is your first race in the big league, in a Diamond League event as a professional runner. How does this feel? It's something special tomorrow for you.
Yeah, definitely. It's definitely a special event for me tomorrow, knowing that it's kind of my first race trying to get the trophy and the first race against the big boys. So it's definitely going to be a good one, especially we have really good competition. I mean, Tobago, Olympic champ. So, we've got a really good competition, and I'm glad I can come here and show my talents.
Do you feel extra nerves, extra excitement for this, or do you have a system around you that are experienced and can tell you what you're going to experience? Just by sitting here now, talking, there's pressure, there's the talk about you. It's something else than running small track meets in Australia.
Yeah, it's definitely a different ball game for sure, but I definitely got a good system around me, and everyone's telling me what I need to think about, what I don't need to worry about, and just, for me, I just kind of focus on running, and obviously coming here with the media stuff is kind of cool. But yeah, I just focus on me and just do my thing.
Are you also thinking, or maybe it's too early, but being a 200-meter runner now, which you are, and as we've been calculating and seeing your top speed, are your coach and yourself going to go more towards the 100-meter in due time, or do you think about yourself more being a 200, 400 guy?
I mean, I guess time will tell for sure, but as of right now, definitely maining the 200 for sure, knowing that that's my strength, but as I mature and get, I guess, kind of older and stronger, the 100 will definitely be in the ball game for sure. But I guess I kind of have that up my sleeve just in case. But definitely as of right now, definitely mainly the 200. But I won't ever know which way it will take me. So
this year, not being an Olympic year, not being a World Championship year, we have the Ultimate Championships at the end of the year. But there's also the Commonwealth Games. Are some of you going to compete? You are going to compete in the Commonwealth Games or the World Juniors? World Juniors. And St. Lucia is part of the Commonwealth or not?
Yes, we are. Actually, it's on the schedule, but it's really up in the air right now. I think it really depends on just how my body feels and, just what my team decides at the time.
But definitely all three of you are going to do the ultimate at the end of the year, being the newcomer.
Yes, most definitely.
Yeah, definitely.
So I have this question for all other athletes earlier today. If you, in front of you now is the program for tomorrow. It's in Norwegian, so you can go in and you can see the start setup and everything. But what I'm going to talk about now is what's on back of the program. So on the back of the program, there's a QR code. And my question here is that being a sprinter, are you interested in the other track and field events? Do you follow the women's shot put, the men's 1500, and so on and so on? Because this is the challenge, and this is the new thing of the Diamond League this year, that if you go in and take your phone to this QR code, and you log in, you can then play on each winner in each event tomorrow. So your prediction for the 200 men, who you predict as a winner tomorrow? Yourself, or let's see?
Myself.
Okay, so then we have that one, and then, but you have to do the same in the 100 and everything, and then we can play against each other. And my nickname is Einsteiner, so I'll challenge you to see who has knowledge, not only about your own event, but the other events. Yep.
Yeah, for sure.
Take it?
Yeah.
Good. So that's my last question here, and then I open the floor if there's anybody that wants to ask a question, and there's one.
Question for Gal. Since that 1967, has your life changed at all? And what's the coolest thing that's happened to you in the last few months?
I wouldn't say it's changed too much. I'm still doing the same old usual stuff, you know, training, hanging out with friends. But I definitely had a good experience. I went to the F1 in Miami. That was pretty sick. But yeah, that's kind of about it, just the F1.
Why was it sick? Did you get to meet any of the stars?
I saw a couple of influencers that I used to like grow up on TikTok and stuff like that. So that was kind of cool. I didn't meet anyone too in particular, but just being there in the environment was pretty sick.
Any more questions? You have one more. If you have a good one, it's okay.
I wanted, Julian, let's say you've gone through that development of being college stars or, you know, teenage talent. What advice would you give to Gal? Because he looks like a very level-headed guy, but you must have had challenges and whatever. And what advice would you give to him? And does it?
I would say being so young, something that I would advise you is to just have fun. And, you know, just how you started, you were just having fun as a child in the sport, just not get lost in all the statistics and then social media especially. I think that in itself can put a lot of pressure on you, especially with the comparison to other athletes. So I would say to have fun, and even when it gets hard, you know, just trust yourself and trust your coach and trust, you know, those around you.
How old are you again?
Just turned 18 in December.
But nonetheless, when you look into the pool, when you look backwards, none of us were there on our 18s. Only a few, not even Noah Lyles was there, was running at 18 years old. So I believe you're in a great journey. The path is just clear ahead. Just to create your own name, create your own, build up Australia, build up everything that has to do with Gout, the coaching, the management, and everybody. Build up your own name. So that's basically that from me.
Of course.
One-on-one. The stadium record over 200 is Usain Bolt, I think 1979. The weather's not great tomorrow, but you guys are definitely capable of that. If the weather forecast is good, might Usain's record here be under threat?
I mean, the guy is in great shape, so why not? Why not? We'll try and challenge it by all necessary means, even if the weather doesn't permit as much, just to challenge the body to its maximum capabilities from my end.
Yeah, just
Since you're talking about the weather tomorrow, that's always something we cannot do anything about. But remember, and this is quite important, for the sprinters at Bislett, normally they are called out like 5 minutes before the race, and knowing that there's an indoor warm-up facility at Bislett, and that's quite important if we are a little bit unlucky with the weather. Now it looks okay. That you have, you're not cold or wet during the warm-up. You basically are into the stadium doing your event, and if you're focused, what Usain told me, when he ran that race you're talking about now, it was raining, but he felt in Bislett it didn't matter because you were so warm inside the warm-up track, you went out, 3 minutes later you were running, so you didn't feel that at all. And hopefully, we are around 16, 17 degrees tomorrow, which I think should be okay. And if we have luck with the wind, it can be good. So that was my last information. And then I think we open up for individuals. So there's a system here. And thank you, everyone, and good luck for tomorrow. Yeah. closing in on the last press conference, but this is the last but not the least. This is the big one with a guy that has actually done 3 world records at Bislett Stadium. The first one being in 2020 at the Impossible Games during COVID at the 300 meters. Then in 2021, he broke the world record that had stood for years and years, actually many, many years. Kevin Young's record from Barcelona 92. And then again, last year, a new world record in the big race of last year, the 300-meter hurdles, Mr. Karsten Warholm. Please sit down. And then we have one of his hardest opponents during the last 5, 6, 7 years, former world champion, and this year looking really strong, Mr. Alisson dos Santos. Please. Sit down. Yeah. We're going to, for those of you that were waiting for some football questions, you will get them now. Because sitting here beside each other, we have 2 athletes, but we also have 2 representatives from different countries that both have a strong team in this year's World Cup in football. And my favorite team growing up, always, it was Brazil. And Karsten, I need to ask you the same question. If you look away from Norway, that hasn't been a part of the World Cup for many, many years, when you looked at the World Cup football, which were your favorite team?
Don't do me like this, Steinar. I think for me it's impossible to look away from Norway. I've always been, every time I've been watching the World Cup, I've just been sad that we're not there. So this is the first year I'm going to enjoy it since I was born, actually.
First year since you were born?
Yeah, we were, last time was in 94, right?
98.
Yeah. 98, okay. Yeah, but I don't remember, so.
Damn, boy.
Yeah. It's tough, it's been tough.
I can see. You make these people happy because the football team.
But before the football starts on Thursday, and we actually had to move one day, so this is the first time ever we have Bislett Games on a Wednesday. It's because the Football World Cup starts on Thursday. And but before the World Cup start, we have this Brazil-Norway matchup tomorrow as the last event on the 400-meter hurdles. So that's where we're going to see, you know, who's the best in your event. And your event has the last, 5, 6, 7 years been one of the strongest events in track and field. Tell us a little bit about being in this era, Alisson, where you can do incredible performances and you're number 3.
Oh yeah, I think when we have the conversation about the era we are in right now in the 400-meter hurdles, it's complicated to digest, you know, because I remember in 2021, Tokyo, world record 45, and I crossed the finish line, I saw 45, it's that gotta be wrong. And then I saw my time, there was 46, 7, it's what's going on, you know, how can you run this fast and not be second, be third? You know, so I understood that after that, just gonna get worse, you know, we're gonna keep running faster and faster and faster. So I need to work towards the 45, improvement, just get better. And at the beginning I was kind of annoyed. It's damn boy, why are they running right now? The same time that I'm running, you know, but after a couple weeks, a couple months after Tokyo, I understood what was going on and I kind of embraced it. I was it's not they running fast, we running fast. We just carrying the hurdles right now. So having that energy that we can be faster and we pushing each other helped me to get faster, stronger every season. So I'm really proud to be part of the generation of Carcer, Ray, Samba. I remember watching them when I was younger, and I'll be able to just go head to head with them is a privilege for me.
And Karsten, you had a master plan this year. Your plan was to go down to China there and then take a couple of victories and then come to Bislett. But knowing that Ray Benjamin was not competing, it wasn't so easy because down in China, this guy looked crazy good.
Alisson was really strong, but you know, I think I've never underestimated Alisson or any of my opponents. I know they're good, and as he is saying as well, it's been a huge level now these last year. So I didn't go to China to get some easy wins, that's for sure. But it was to get some races in, and of course I wanted to win. You could see it, you know, it was 1400s in 2 races. We had some good fights, but at the same time, I think this is one of the things we are forgetting a little bit in our sports, always chasing the records. That is actually about the big fights. And yesterday I actually watched the 50 years of world records. It's a 10-year-old documentary about Bislett Games. And when you look back at it, the records was more or less a product of the fights between the athletes, you know. And this is what the sport is all about. And I want to get back to tough racing. So we're going to get that tomorrow as well, I'm pretty sure.
But Alisson, you know, after Tokyo last year, where Carsten didn't have his best day, he is now giving it everything. So I know he now has a cap on, but you know what he has done now to take this extra 100th of a second? He's just took off all his hair.
So when I took down my hair, you grew it longer, huh?
It's like, because that's the vibe. We thought that was the energy, you know, just letting the hair grow, trying to fight something to get stronger and faster.
So he wanted to take out, you know, the last little 100th of a second. So he just took off all the hair. His girlfriend, she almost moved out.
Yeah, I'm single now. Yeah, tough life.
So that's how revengeful he is. You know, he will do anything now.
Yeah, like that rage just like drive you crazy. I understand that.
But I don't know how many times you've been to Oslo, Alisson, but it's kind of almost like a little home court for you also here. I know the people are cheering for Carsten, but they have big respect for you. Do you feel that walking around, talking to people?
Yeah, I gotta be honest with you. Like once, like I was coming here for the first time, like Oslo and Stockholm, I thought like everybody would be cheering for you, like Carsten in a way, because he's from the area, you know. But also like I felt like that I had some support over here, you know, like when I'm walking here, people just like cheering for me, like they know my name, like they're talking to me, it's like, yo, have a great race, I'll be cheering for you. And I think the vibe that I get, of course, they cheering for Carsten because like it's Norway, you know, they're gonna do, but they want to see the big fight, you know, they appreciate that I'm always here, that I'm not scared of like going head to head, that I'm always ready to fight for the title, to fight for the race, and they appreciate like the delivery we have, you know, like how we can run fast and just like show to everybody that we enjoy what we're doing. So that's just kind of making me happy, and I feel support over here.
It's also, it shines out that you guys have respect for each other. It's not like you're traveling on vacations together all the time, but you have this really good respect for each other, and it's so obvious. And of course, I mean, having those fights you have had during the years in the big championships, every year you can end the year with saying, you know, I was the best that year. But this year, it's not the World Championships. It's not the Olympic Games. It's the Diamond League and the Diamond League final, and it's the ultimate. So how do you rank? I mean, what's the one you need to win this year to feel like you had the season and were the man?
Ooh, great question. I think get better the numbers on or head-to-head, because I was checking that like was kind of embarrassing. It was 11-3, so I need to fix a little bit those numbers. And also, I think this season is more about the construction, you know, just like understand what we can get better that we couldn't work before and how we can improve for the next season. Because Ultimate is not actually a championship, but we want to run faster, like we want to win. But this season we're trying to be different, you know, like try to run faster at the beginning of the race, you know, feel stronger, try different things to see like
risk.
It's like just take some risk. This is the season for it, you know, like I did a 200, might as well try some 400 during the season, you know, just like go out there, have some fun and enjoy yourselves. I think this season we're gonna keep working body but relax a little bit the mind. Not gonna be like, oh, I need to run like 45. Nah. I want to run fast. If I go out there tomorrow, run for 46 something, I'll be happy. If I run 45, I'll be happier, of course. But it's still, you know, just like enjoying yourself.
Yeah, and that goes for Ray as well. Ray has decided to try the 400 this year. Carsten is talking now about doing the 4x400 mixed relay in the European Championships. So I think it's kind of the same goals for this year to try out a little bit different. Is that correct, Carsten?
Let's see. I think actually we've been looking a bit at it, and it's a big challenge because we have to qualify first. You know, it's and in Norway as well. It's a small team, so we need everybody to be at their best to even have a chance. We can't put in the B team and expect anything. So it's gonna be a tough one. But yeah, I'm up for it if all the other people are at the same level and have the same motivation for sure. It would be fun if we could pull it off.
So now it's time for a little challenge. So we're going to have 2 challenges. The first one is going to be between you guys, how far Norway goes in the World Cup compared to Brazil. So you can say finals, semifinals, quarterfinals, whatever. And then I'll remember, because it's on television, and then we'll meet up in the Diamond League final and I'll buy you a beer. So how far will Brazil go in the World Cup and how far will Norway go?
Have you ever heard that song, We Are the Champion? So we're going to win that one. I'm betting us. I think Brazil...
Somebody took it down now. So Brazil as number 1?
Yes.
And
Brazil
how far does Norway come?
So being honest with you guys, I'm excited to see what Haaland and Odegaard can do it. So I think you guys can get like maybe the quarterfinals. Because it's been a while. You know, you guys gonna come like with the best game ever because it's been a while since you stepped there.
I think most people in Norway would take a quarterfinal for sure. Yeah.
Okay.
That would be huge.
Yeah,
so Alison, final. You have Brazil as the winner and Norwegian team making the quarterfinal. We put that down, and then it's up to you, Karsten. What's your guess? I want the winner and how far Norway goes.
So I think in the quarterfinal, I don't know how it looks, but it would be fun if we could actually play against Brazil because we've beaten them before. Yeah. So that would be fun, and then we're in the semifinals, and then who knows? So Brazil quarterfinal, Norway semifinal, and then let's see. Yeah.
Yeah, that felt personal.
I don't know how the lineup looks, but that would be fun. Yeah.
Okay, so Brazil final answer. Brazil quarterfinal, Norway semifinal.
Yeah.
I think you're going to win.
Come on.
But I hope you're not going. Okay, then we have another challenge. So this in front of you, first I want to tell a little story about the front page, because Karsten is a little bit jealous now, because he's normally on the front page, but this year he's in the middle somewhere. But the fantastic relay team with the girls are now having the front page. And it's been so many years since we have had Norwegian women at the level we have now, so they actually deserve the front page. Before that, it was Karsten Jacob, it was the 400-meter hurdles, it was Usain Bolt, so we're back to that. So that was the story. But what's actually the challenge is the backside of the program. So turn it on the backside, and there you have a QR code, which you can play the fantasy Diamond League, and you can put your bets on who's going to win the different events tomorrow.
Okay.
And the challenge is against me.
Ooh.
So I actually put together the meet, every athlete in every event.
Are you showing us?
And my nickname is Einsteiner.
I don't even know how to type that.
You know Einstein, the smartest guy in the world?
Yeah.
So it's that with an AR. Okay. So you can play against me.
At least one of us will be wrong in the 400-meter hurdles, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. One of us will be wrong.
But the question also is that knowing, and I asked this question to all the other athletes as well, being a 400-meter hurdles runner, you of course follow your event. You follow probably the 400-meter hurdles women, maybe the 400 flat men. But are you actually following the javelin women, the triple jump men, the pole vault? Because this is what you have to do to do well here. So that's the question.
Put some respect on our name. You know, we've been in this sport. We know the athletes that is like competing on there. Just, you ready to get beat? Because I'm winning this one. Boy.
I don't know, but some athletes are just interested in their own event and don't have too much knowledge about who's the best shot put women in the world. That was the question. And we'll see. But that's the challenge. So play on. Is there any questions from the... there we have one.
Hi, I have a question for you both, and it's the same question that I like to ask to close rivals. What do you think is each other's best quality?
You can go first. You can go first.
I would say Alisson's best quality is probably his rhythm and his stride patterns. You know, he can very easily do 13 all the way around. He's a very, very smooth runner, and you see that every race. So I would say that's probably the one thing I envy him a little bit.
And about Karsten, I would say being aggressive, you know, is something that you need to really, really work to get that. And even if you work really, really hard, if you wasn't born with it, you're not gonna achieve that. So I think that's like one of his best quality, just not just being fast at the beginning of the race, but like being aggressive, being able to be aggressive in the race. And that's something that's really, really good to watch.
That's something that you either have it or not, right? You were born with it or not.
Pretty much. Like, trust me, I've been trying to be more aggressive, and you need to be born with it.
It's not for you, huh?
Nah, I try, boy, I try. I promise you, I'm trying to be faster, but nah, it doesn't come that easy.
Thank you, guys.
I have actually one more to Karsten, because you said earlier that you watched the 50-year world records at Bislett, yourself being have had the honor and experience of putting 3 world records, let's call them world records, even though 2 of them are in the 300, and one of them are from last year. So looking back from last year's experience, the big matchup, the kind of outburst, isn't that something you should look at tonight, to have that same, try to feel that same possibility?
Of course, I think I'm very motivated for it all the time. I think looking back at it and all the races I've been doing in Oslo is one of the, are the greatest memories of my career, and especially the world record. So I'm just hoping you guys will make a 60th anniversary or 70th anniversary for the world record track. So it's actually not many sprint records here. I think it's probably one of the very, very few. Most of them are long distance running, 10,000 meter, 5,000 meter, 1,500. So yeah, that is something I want to do more of, for sure. But it's getting harder and harder, though.
Okay, let that be the last word. If there's nobody from the journalists sitting here that would like to ask a question, then we open up for individual talks with both Alison and Karsten. Okay, thank you so much, and see you all tomorrow. Good luck to everyone.